Brad, you might turn your camera off because you are
Is it blurry?
very pixelated.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm worried.
I'll just restart your browser.
You're the man with no face.
I could take my shirt off and you can't even tell.
Someone get him a pasty.
And that's how we learned that Brad has a third nipple.
At my wedding years ago, one member of one family hugged another member of another family and hugged her so hard that she popped out of her pasty and had to go to the bathroom to put the pasty back on.
Scandalous.
Popped her right out.
I thought there was going to be a story about one of us popping
was
something
like,
out.
wasn't me.
In my brain, I was like, I was hammered, but I don't think I was that drunk.
No, none of you guys popped anyone out of
We
the
were pretty
pasties.
sober for the wedding itself.
You guys were beautiful, all of you.
I wasn't invited.
Was it the day before the wedding that we went out and got wasted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we just went to that random
Patron
restaurant
at
and
like
started drinking
11
all day?
p.m. or 11 a.m. Patron
11
shots.
a.m.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Yeah, we went to, what's that place called? I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, pizza.
Chris left his goodie bag there. I remember having to make a...
Yep. Had to go back and get it. Well, because it had the tie in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So I made an Uber trip over there.
You did?
I was like, I got you.
You guys are the best.
And there's
You
a
guys
picture
are
of
the
me with my
best.
head under some big spigot.
Oh, that's you were so fucking dehydrated.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine that.
Episode 73, I think this is. You know, we used to marvel at making it to episode 15, then 20, then we kind of forgot about it. Episode 73, pretty incredible. I would like to take this opportunity to discuss the zero check with you guys. And I don't mean the podcast, I mean the home rule, which we haven't used in 20 episodes, but then used last episode. It's wonderful. I would like to propose some changes to the zero check.
Effective
Only
one.
if dry can lose the effect right now.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think the sign of a good house rule is one that's not abused. It's obviously not too overpowered because we're not itching to use it at every turn. It seems pretty balanced. So, I think we should just really think about changes we make because I mean, it seems to be balanced out pretty well.
And if
Okay, so
anything, it's a bit
you're-
of a nerf since none of the players get hero points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, that's an interesting perspective. So I would like to...
That's an interesting perspective. Moving on.
Anyway, what I was going to do
Might point out
anyway.
the lawyer speak. Well,
I use
that's
that
a
line.
good
I
perspective.
use that line with my kids. That's great. That's an interesting point of view.
perspective. So here's the proposed change that I'm making, that I would like to make. I'm sorry, maybe it was a little Freudian just then. Here's the proposed change that I would like to make. See, one of the things about the zero check that I love is that you can convert a hit to a crit or a miss to a or whatever. I feel like we ought to be able to begin using the zero check for saving throws for you guys too, which I think maybe we've always been able to do that, but we haven't really thought much about that. But after the repeated well, first of all, you can use hero points for that in the regular game. So I feel like we should be using the zero check for saves because crit fails on saves can be so devastating sometimes. So I would like to reemphasize that for you guys. But specifically, I want to talk about the backlashes a little bit. You know, all of the backlashes right now in the table that Chris put together, most of them apply to combat, but some of them don't. And that can be problematic when I'm resolving the backlash. If I resolve the backlash in combat, which is typically when I do it, I do it in combat because most of them are combat related.
So,
But
Mike, I'm gonna stop you right there, and I think where you're going is we're just gonna get rid of the backlash to get rid of that issue, and I think that is a perfect.
That is
and
amazing.
I think let's vote on it,
Yeah, I like it. Yep.
and everybody say aye.
Die.
No.
All right, no backlash.
Seconded.
Looks good. So let's go ahead and
I'm the
let's go
chair
ahead
of
and
the
play.
board. I haven't
So we opened up
noticed
this door.
this. We haven't noticed this yet for vote, but we need a parliamentarian. Honestly, if we're gonna start going this route. So,
Is that like a Brazilian?
what's that?
Sorry. I don't know what that is.
A parliamentarian.
What country is that?
I've been a parliamentarian before, and it is the worst. Okay, anyway. I want to split the backlashes into 3 groups, okay? I want 3 tables for backlashes. I want a combat backlash table. I want a downtime backlash table. And I want an exploration mode backlash table. And I fully realize that this triples the amount of backlashes we have to have. So one of the things I'd like to do is migrate over all the current backlashes that we have and put them onto the new tables. But beyond that, I would like to give an opportunity for our Discord users to propose backlashes to us. We would have to have some editorial discretion over them, and we'd take them and use them. And if we roll a backlash provided by a listener, we can say, oh, hey, Billy from Billtown or whoever, and read it out. And then, you guys can get hosed by some of our listeners. So I think would be kind of fun. Would you guys like to do that?
I like it.
Yeah,
helps come up with more ideas. And as
Yeah.
far as adjusting our tables, we'll just go line by line and put them on, combat,
This is one, this is
downtime,
two.
or
Yeah.
exploration, easy mode.
Well, and one of the things also that I think I propose we eliminate is the major and the minor backlash.
Oh, yeah, that goes
and
away.
instead, we just have the 3 tables, and the minor backlashes are at the top of the table in the single digits,
Yep.
And as you roll higher and higher,
Right,
as
right.
I roll higher and higher, the backlash gets worse and worse.
That simplifies that. It takes away an extra roll that you have to remember. So you just roll the D100 and it is what it is.
So is it a 1-to-1? So if I use the zero check in exploration mode, it's going to apply to me in exploration? Or
I think so.
Or is
No,
there
it's
a
just
roll?
whenever Mike decides to trigger it on
So,
you.
You
so
have
we're
a
never
zero
going to use
condition.
it outside of combat.
Gotcha. Okay,
is
so
what's
it's when
gonna
you
happen.
decide
I
to
would.
use it is just whenever it is. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And plus, this may encourage some more use of it because you guys aren't going to be, combat is when players die. Now I don't have to always use it during combat. Maybe I could use it during a kingdom turn. Oh, maybe we should have a kingdom turn table.
I almost
too. don't know.
wonder. I almost wonder. So I obviously I like rolling die, but I agree we get rid of the severity. But maybe the roll is you roll to determine if the backlash happens during downtime, exploration, or combat.
Ooh, a secret check.
So that way you're not tempted to always, you know what I mean? Like it forces your hand.
Well, I suppose, but on the other hand, I like to have the ability to work
Tell
it
the
into
story.
the story and the narrative a little bit.
Well,
pick
you
pick
could
a big
fudge
moment.
it and look at that, it happened during combat.
Right.
Well,
Well,
you never
because
have to
as we
tell
know-
us, right?
As we've established in earlier episodes, kind of the meta thing going on here is that there are beings in other planes that are paying attention to you, maybe gambling on your successes or not, and tilting the scales a little bit in and out of your favor depending on their whims, and that really is I think what's going on with the zero check.
Yeah, I like it.
So the other thing that I think we need to finally do is we should buckle down. And, as I've explained a couple times to some of our listeners, we've been asked about, hey, can you post this rule publicly? And we've always said the same thing, which is we could. Currently, the rule exists on an Excel spreadsheet at Chris's house. I think we should develop these new tables. And as we add listener backlashes, and here's how I think mechanically this ought to work. Like if there's 33 backlashes right now in the combat table, hypothetically, well, each backlash would be a 3-number range, right? 1 to 3 is backlash 1, 6 to 9 it is, what I'm saying. But as we begin inserting in member backlashes, we can press together some of these ranges and insert the listener ones in there too. So we always have 100 die faces that I can roll, but if we only have 52, 53 results, you see what I'm saying? Like we're just going to make adjustments as we go, as we get more and more suggested backlashes. And by the way,
Let's define the structure and what it's going to look like and what we want it to be, and then ask for what we want, right? So, yeah.
I have one more caveat.
okay,
If the
floor is yours, Bill.
if the lessers are at the top of the die and the worst are at the bottom of the die, can we have Brad roll them?
Ooh, oh,
That's just mean.
Official backlash roller.
It's not the number.
You're making a big
that
frowny
Brad's
face now.
unlucky with. It's the result. So it doesn't matter. We could swap it and play this D20 backwards, where 1's the best, and I would start rolling natural 20s as well. Like it's not the number that's involved, right?
I just rolled
I
a
don't
5 on my deception to hide my pain from that.
There you go.
Well, guess what?
high pain activity.
Just to recap on the mechanics of the zero check, if somebody uses the zero check, it can't be used again until the zero condition is
Resolved.
handled, right? Resolved.
Correct.
Okay. Right. So, all right. There's only, okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
and-
that's
and
going to be
that-
up to you, Mike, to kind of like keep that rolling so we can keep the zero check
Yeah, 'cause
used. Yeah.
Dracolme has the condition.
I think
right
you
now,
should
for
you
example.
should nail him with it today for sure.
I think that since we had this discussion, I should drop it since we're changing the rules.
But we've not changed the rules yet
Mike?
today.
But we're talking about it. That's good enough.
We're talking about it, but how have you been harmed?
I'll tell you in about 20 minutes.
Should I roll back the encounter and you guys want to do another round or two versus the Quickling?
Yes.
Actually, yes.
Well, we know how it's going to
I want
happen. If we
chance
don't,
to kill
take him down immediately, he'll just fuck right off.
I'm going to throw every caltrop I have everywhere.
That Quickling, if you get him to 30 HP or less, he runs away. And you pushed him just below that threshold with that crit. You shot him in the clavicle with that arrow. He was like, "Oi!" And he ran away. I was like, "Oh, thank God, he's running away."
That thing was terrible.
I hated that encounter. I mean, I loved it, but like,
I kind of enjoyed it. I liked the problem solving.
It's fun to be on. It's fun to be the Quickling. It's probably not a lot of fun to fight a Quickling. But the other interesting thing about Rig Gargadilly, which is the name of that Quickling, and maybe you would have seen that sewed into his tiny little underwears when you went into his house or something. So maybe that's how you know his name. Quicklings normally are 3rd level creatures. Rig Gargadilly was a 7th level creature, the same level as Kundal, basically, right? So like, granted you fought Kundal at 4th level, not 5th. You fought Rig at 5th level, but like he's horrible. He's the worst. So congratulations on beating him up. You guys are in this Forgotten Keep, which you now know is of ancient elven construction and origin. And it seems to have been taken over by some different fey creatures. You find this thing on your way to Hargulka's stronghold. You get in there, you begin exploring it, you take down some rat swarms, you then take down Rig Gargadilly, who got away alive. You search these 4 towers around the circumference of the walls. You get into this final tower where you trigger this new encounter. This vine creature and this bipedal plant creature, both kind of fey-y. The bipedal plant creature is definitely a fey origin. The vine creature you're not really sure about, but you guys have triggered this encounter. I asked you to roll initiative checks and save your answer, but it occurred to me that some of you didn't roll, some of you did. If you know your result, that's fine. If you don't, roll your dice. I've pre-rolled initiative for these guys. Any other questions before we fucking get into this thing, or do you have any questions or concerns, or would you guys like to meet and confer about anything else?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I'm rolling.
Well, I have one question. This is episode 73, right?
This is our 73rd outing together. Yes.
I haven't been naming them in Riverside, so when I'm trying to pull the text out, I'm like, "Oh, what fucking episode's this?" Because we never say it at the beginning.
What?
Maybe your little clacker for the check should have the number on it.
I got to get some chalk. All right, you're right.
Have you heard about the chalk shortage?
No.
Don't tell me that.
There's a chalk shortage.
Really?
Yeah, physicists have been hoarding chalk because there's a chalk shortage.
Anyone that does like CrossFit or gymnastics or anything with weightlifting, if you tell them there's a chalk shortage, that adds a lot of anxiety to our life.
I don't know if it's the same kind of chalk where you put it on your body, right?
On your hands,
like
yeah.
It's the same. It's just chalk.
You just spread it all over.
I mean, some people do.
No, it's the chalk. It's like a brand of chalk that they like to write on a chalkboard.
Okay.
It's academic chalk. There are other pieces of chalk that could work, but they prefer a certain one.
Yeah, this is the kind they like.
Because they're
It's like if
scientists.
Cheswick said, "We're not making dice anymore." We'd all start buying Cheswick dice, right?
I just go to the dollar store.
You can't get it anymore.
Doesn't fucking matter where they.
Sirio, what's your initiative?
I rolled a 1, but I had 14, so it's 15.
Okay. Dracolme.
I rolled a 19, so it's 29.
Wow.
Og, Julianus, and Tomton.
Total of 12.
Oh dear.
Not a
What
real high
happened to you, man?
roll.
Mitchell.
8.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Is that a natural one?
Yeah, I chose honesty. I was like, I rolled a 1 last night. I was like, I could just say I don't remember.
So we
but
both
how
rolled
you
ones.
not-
Oof.
Yeah,
Chose honesty.
that was my 4th natural 1 last night.
Who's taking Ikundeo this episode?
I'm happy to continue, but unless somebody else wants to give him a ride.
Brad knows his stats better than anybody.
Brad. Why don't you roll that natural 20 for Egan?
Oh, hell yeah. Here we go. Come on, Egan. What do you got? What do you got?
Have the two rangers go first?
Oh, it's a 12. That's a 22.
22. Drycolme, it is your turn. Let me describe this a little bit better to you. So you've kicked open this final tower door, and inside this tower, there's a bunch of debris and old and rotting wood and vines all over the walls in this tower. Human and other ancestries' skulls are kind of threaded throughout all of these vines, sort of ornamentally hung up all over the place. The floor is not difficult terrain, but it's definitely foliage. It's overgrown. Against the back wall, there's this vine creature, medium-sized, and this bipedal fayish plant creature, also medium-sized. It is dim light in this room, and we haven't really talked about and worried much about the light rules since all these other encounters so far have taken place outside, but it is dim light, so if you do not have a light source and you do not have dim light vision, you have to roll a flat check to attack armor class. But I think Drycolme has dim light vision, so it doesn't matter.
All right, so Dry's going to hunt prey on the bipedal creature.
Okay.
And then he's going to roll a nature check to see if he knows what this bipedal creature is.
Do it.
It's 21.
Yeah, you hit the DC, man. Almost on the nose. Nice. Yeah, so this is just at the edge of your understanding. This is a Grimstalker. These are violently murderous fae with one purpose and one purpose alone: to stealthily hunt down and slay humanoids brazen enough to dare set foot in the wilderness. Though they prefer to hunt from the shadows, Grimstalkers do not fear taking their grisly work to the very edges of civilization. This boldness serves as a reminder that nature can be cruel, capricious, and owes no debt at all to humanity. Grimstalkers are happy to perform nature's dirty work, and particularly enjoy targeting loggers, hunters, explorers, regardless of whether they respect the natural setting they work or travel within. Grimstalkers are gaunt and hairless, and their mottled green and brown flesh gives them the appearance of moss-draped bark. When damaged, they bleed a thick, sap-like blood. They mark their territories by lopping off the heads of their victims and stringing them up in the surrounding trees, a practice that often lures dangerous scavengers into their lands. Carnivorous and thorny plants are often found in wilds where Grimstalkers dwell, filling roles that pets might in human society, though Grimstalkers tend to treat these pets poorly at best. There are a few accounts of Grimstalkers working with other fae. For the most part, Grimstalkers see their kin from the first world as cowards or weaklings, or perhaps both. Even notoriously violent fae, such as redcaps, are afraid of Grimstalkers, as Grimstalkers consider their own kind the only company worth keeping. They can hunt in small bands. They use stealth to approach their targets. I could keep going, but yeah, these are ill-tempered, confrontational, bitter assholes. Would you like low save, weakness, strength? What do you have? An ability?
I will take weakness.
Cold Iron 5.
There it is. All right, for my last action, I'm going to shoot him.
Do it.
That is 20. 7 plus 13.
That is a miss.
I figured it would be.
That is a miss. Arrow shoots in, streaks in, dry, shouting out what is going on here.
I'm just gonna yell out cold iron.
Cold iron.
I got lots of that.
It is the vine creature's turn. The other creature that we have not identified yet. The first thing it's going to do is react. It has an ability where if it detects a creature within 20 feet of itself through its tremor sense, it can cause vegetation within a 20-foot emanation to writhe for 1 round, turning this area on which the person is standing into difficult terrain. When a creature starts its turn in this area, it must attempt a DC 20 reflex save. On a failure, it can take a -10 circumstance penalty to its speeds. So what it does is it begins to tremor of the vegetation around Mitchell's feet. Mitchell, who has opened the door, you feel the ground beneath you begin to move. When your turn begins, in 20 minutes, since you rolled a natural 1, it is going to, you're going to start in difficult terrain, and if you critically fail your reflex save, something bad is going to happen. Okay. That is the first thing that happens. let me look at how far away this little guy is from you, Mitchell, because I'm just a little curious whether I can reach you. Oh, I can. The next thing that this creature does for its first actual action is it's going to move itself 5 feet. And that is its maximum speed. You think it took a lot of effort to do that. The second thing it's going to do with its 10-foot reach on its vine is it's going to whip a vine out toward Mitchell.
Man.
I know. 29.
That's a hit.
Okay. Just a D8 plus 6. Not a big deal. Nothing you can't handle. Okay, that's going to be 10 damage to Mitchell Lewis Groning. And for its third action, it's going to try to grab you. Now, in the remaster, grab that's been attached to other abilities has changed. Normally, this would have been an auto success. But under the remaster, instead what I have to do is I have to roll the athletics check, but I don't take the multiple attack penalty to it.
I like that.
So it's not a for sure thing anymore, but I do have to roll this. So I'll just need your fortitude difficulty class, please.
Fortitude difficulty is 21.
Okay. And I miss. So he tries to grab you as his third action. Even though I didn't have the map on that, it misses. That is the end of this creature's turn. We're going to move on to Ikundeo.
Ikundeo. Well, that's a kind of a nice... So moving through an allied space, is that... okay, I'm sorry. Let's backtrack here. So is it difficult terrain under Mitch right now?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to hurt my action economy. 5, 10. And it's double to move through that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 10 foot of movement to get through that 5 foot
Just
space.
Mitch's space, or is it like the whole area around that? I'm sorry, was it like a...
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 20-foot emanation underneath you.
Okay.
So all of you guys are difficult terrain.
That sucks.
Well, let me make sure. The assassin vine causes vegetation within a 20-foot emanation to writhe through. Emanation would be around it.
Sure.
So let me put a 20-foot emanation around this guy. And for this round, this is all difficult terrain right now.
And this is just an active ability. He's just got it going. It's not something he has to turn on.
He reacted.
Oh, it was a reaction. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
so
how do you get 4 actions?
He's basically gonna do this.
Do it every time,
round. Yeah. So
Ikundeo
take him down.
he's going to have to burn up 2 movements to get in there, but he's going to move past Og and Mitch, kind of elbow his way through that door and just kind of slogging through this growth and kind of position himself slightly past the plant creature that is doing
into the room.
Into the room, yeah.
Send a pet.
Yeah. Last action, I'll command the puppy dog here. Dog. I'm guessing, what's his move speed, the dog? Is that
30 feet.
30 feet. So that would be, and he has 3 actions or 2?
2.
Okay, so dog is going to double move to get behind the plant monster.
Wow.
To provide a flank for somebody.
In goes dog. It is the Grimstalker's turn. As its first action, the Grimstalker moves into melee with Ikundeo, and you notice that the Grimstalker appears to be ignoring the difficult terrain provided by its companion, which just fucking tracks, right? As its second action, the Grimstalker is going to claw at Ikundeo. 24.
That's a hit.
2d6 plus 9. 15 damage to Ikundeo.
Okay.
And I need Ikundeo to make a fortitude save.
I don't know what to tell you. It's a 11 if it matters, if it's a natural one.
You rolled a natural
Oh,
one.
natural one, yeah.
That's bad. I don't want to roll dice
Are we
anymore.
witnessing the end of Ikundeo tonight? He's going to jump to... he has been poisoned with Grimstalker sap. He's going to go immediately to stage 2. He's going to take a d6 of poison damage, and he becomes clumsy for 1 round. So just 2 damage at stage 2. Not bad, but Ikundeo goes to clumsy. Okay.
What was the first damage that you did?
15, I believe it was. Yeah, 15.
So 15, so 17 total damage.
17 total.
Okay.
No, yeah. That's his second action. For his third action, he's going to climb up the wall 20 feet. He just climbs up the wall. That's what he does. He's an asshole. And he's like climbing on this skull-laden vines, and he's like 20 feet off the ground now. And as he gets up to the top, he just like opens his fucking mouth, and he just hisses. He just goes as he's just up swinging in the air. Sirio, it is your turn.
So I'm in this emanation, so I need to start off with the reflex?
Yes, you do, yeah.
All right, we'll see what happens. 17.
Okay. That is below the DC. You'll take a negative 10-foot circumstance penalty to its speeds until you leave the area of the emanation. That is brutal. You can attempt an escape check to remove this effect.
Okay, so I got plants and stuff crawling up my feet.
Basically.
So yeah, seeing Ekindale get hit with that poison, I'm just like, man, that's kind of payback. It serves you right. With my negative speed, I'm going to step up a little bit here. So I'm kind of in the doorway. And I am going to shoot a fireball directly at the guy who climbed up the wall 20 feet.
Oh, out of range of Ekindale. Oh, bad move on my part. Yeah, you can do it. You can shoot the fireball up the tube of the tower to just hit the Grimstalker.
Right at this guy.
Wow, he's climbing. I think he's off guard while climbing. I think we've been over that before. Natural 1 on the reflex save.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Double damage. Go. I'm so sad.
So that's 25 on my roll.
25? So I take 50 fire damage?
Yeah, if he crit failed.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, we needed that.
You send that thing right into his groin. And he takes 50 fire damage. I'm gonna pull my camera view back up so I can look at you guys. There is a moment from time to time where things just change. And a natural 1 on a reflex save and a fireball to the junk. That'll do it, right? Roasted.
What's your favorite Jerry Lee Lewis song?
I don't know.
Is it Great Balls of Fire?
Nice. Sorry. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Goose, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Does it smell like roasting chestnuts in here now?
It does. Oh my. Boom!
That's the Grimstalker's junk.
Chestnuts.
Grimstalker nuts.
Roasting on an open fire. Og, why don't you make a reflex save, sir? It's your turn.
All right. That is a natural 17 plus 12 plus 2. So I think that's pretty close to a crit success, right? 32?
32, yeah. I don't think it says this in the ability, but I'm going to rule that you're immune to this for the balance of the encounter.
Wow. Oh, cool. Awesome. All right, so I just watched Sirio throw a fireball, and I probably couldn't see him, but I heard this thing. I'm sure he had to make some kind of noise, right?
Oh, yeah. He goes, my balls. That's what he says.
My balls.
Right, see what language he speaks.
So
he speaks common. Yeah.
Good.
My balls.
Good. That's awesome. First thing we're gonna do is this little the vine thing, not the dude that climbed away, but the little plant thing.
Yeah.
Do I think that's a Fey as well? I assume it is. Can I use a Fey lore to try to identify?
You cannot use Fey lore to identify this.
I will use lore, master lore. So,
okay.
Whoops. 21.
Yes. This is an assassin vine. It's a carnivorous plant with a voracious appetite. It doesn't consume creatures directly. Rather than consuming creatures directly, it creates its own fertilizer by entangling prey and squeezing the life from it. So then they rot on the ground, and then it consumes the fertilizer, right?
Lovely.
It's slow moving.
Smart technique.
Yeah, as you've already observed, it only has a speed of 5 feet, and they can't be trained in the classical sense, but they can be used as defenses, and woodwind-dwelling creatures like goblins and fae have been known to cultivate assassin vines as guardians. You think that that's probably what's going on here.
Okay, and weaknesses?
Fire 5 and slashing 5, as you can cut those vines apart.
Nice. Okay, they're kind of pinned in here. They're in a pretty small circle, and it's a little crowded. And obviously I can step through, but with his slow movement, he wouldn't be able to attack. And then I think Mitch would be just left out in the cold there.
With Og?
Yeah.
Well, I think Mitch could make this square in a move.
Oh, you think so?
And
In what could you make that in one?
5, 10, 15. Yeah, I can make it to. Yep, I can make it to the corner there. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll use 2 move actions. I'll use 2 move actions, and get here and at least flank with dog.
No, if your speed's 25, I think you can make that in one.
You think I can make
step
that in
in.
one? On difficult terrain?
You passed.
Yeah.
5,
Oh, so
10,
it's not
15,
difficult
20.
terrain if I passed?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You passed.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. What am I saying?
I thought it
Move
was
out
difficult
freely.
terrain. I just thought I didn't take damage if I
You're
passed.
moving
Oh,
all.
okay.
No.
Oh, understood.
You're
Okay.
moving all nimbly bimbly.
Yeah, and then then we're gonna swing, and we've got the scythe in slashing mode.
Okay.
So let's try. 16.
Against off-guard armor class, that is a hit.
Oh, that's amazing because that was a natural 2. Wow. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of damage.
Do it.
Do it.
Looks like a total of 19 damage.
So I will upgrade that to 24 then, with its
Nice.
weakness 5 to slashing as you just cut 2 or 3 of these vines in half. Okay, Mitchell, you've watched this happen around you a little bit. I guess I'll take that reflex save at the outset of your turn, and we'll go from there.
You got it. It's gonna be a high roll. I'm gonna invert the dice. Yeah. Oh, there we go. It's a 16. It's a 27.
You'll pass, so you're good for this round.
All right.
So yeah, you're good, man. You can move about freely.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of do what Og was hoping that Mitch would do. I'm gonna move to the north of the little planty creature.
Okay, rushing in with the rest of the strike team.
Yep, I've got my flaming cold iron Roka sword out. I'm gonna take a swing at this bad guy.
Okay.
Fucking 3. God damn it.
Oh, no.
I might still hit though. I rolled low and hit.
It's a 15.
No, I can't. Bradley,
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
what's going on with you?
That was Mitch. That wasn't.
No,
that
it
wasn't
wasn't.
Brad.
That was
this-
Brad Jarrett. That's who that was.
This townhouse is built on a burial ground or something.
Okay.
What do we talk about letting cursed players into the game? We talked about this.
I
You know
didn't
what?
know Brad was cursed.
I got one action left. I'm gonna attack again.
Do it.
Let's just explode and just end all of us right now. Turn this into a furnace. All right, that's an 8 plus, what's it, 13, so that'd be 8, right? Plus 12, 20.
20. You have it.
Yes.
Armor class 18.
Yes.
All right.
Hey, how do I roll
I
damage
can't
again?
remember the last time you hit a creature.
I don't either. I'm like, oh, D10s? What? 2D10 plus 4. Of course, there's a 1 on there. That's 14 damage.
Okay.
And then a D6 of fire.
Yeah.
6.
So 20 damage.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Slashing
give
and
you
fire.
Yep. So I'm going to give you because the fire dice got rolled separate. I mean, I feel like what I need to do is give you 5 bonus slashing damage and 5 bonus fire damage. That upgrades that to a 30-point hit.
Let's go, Mitch.
Very nice. Very, very nice. That is the end of Mitchell's turn. We're gonna roll it back around to round 2. Dry Colmay. Chris, how do I resolve the 0 check again?
You start off with the D12 to figure out what table we're on.
Okay, perhaps for the last time with this legacy rule, that's an 11 on the D12.
Oh yeah, that's pretty high. So that's moderate misfortune. That's
Moderate.
one of the higher tables.
Okay, now I roll a D100.
Yep, D100.
39.
39. We're scrolling. All right. Your uncanny result makes all animals distrustful of you. For the next week, animals' attitudes toward you are one category worse.
Oh my god,
So,
that's amazing.
My God, your pig is kind of pissed at you there, Bill.
One week.
He's an adolescent, so he's been mad at me for like weeks. So
That's even worse,
I don't even think I'm going to notice.
You have
He's
an
going to
angsty
bite you.
pig.
It makes it one worse.
Yeah, eventually, as my son grows older, his attitude toward me is going to drop by one level. And sometimes he's ambivalent at best anyway, so that's to look forward to.
Every 5 years, it's going to go down a level, Mike.
I know, but then by the time it's time for me to pay for his college, it'll go way up, probably.
Way up.
Way up, yeah.
On the rest
All
of our
right, go
way
ahead
to
there, Bill.
our Google's lair, you're just going to get like randomly attacked by squirrels now and like rabbits just come out.
Is that a week that lasts?
That's a week.
Yeah, that's a week.
Oh my god.
Does that count for werewolves?
Okay. Oh.
Chris is just going to attack me. Like, what the fuck? I still got Chris's silver dagger, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
stab him with it. All right, so Dry is kind of seeing like everybody in the area of the plant over there not moving too well, and he's not keen on running in there and then not being able to do anything.
Yeah.
So he's just going to move here, readjust his hunt prey to this thing,
Oh, smart.
and then
To the plant.
just fire off.
Yep, you've got a clear shot on the vine thing. I will give him an extra armor class point because of Ogjulinus and Tompton.
But I'm so short.
Yeah, shoot over his head. I mean, that's fine because I just rolled 17 plus 13, so that's 30.
Oh
Is that a hit?
my god. Even with the penalty from Ogjulinus and Tompton, that's a crit.
So that's a lot of dice.
That is a crit. Double up that damage.
9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 24.
24 damage. Let's see here. Yes, and with that, you send an arrow right into the heart of the source of these vines, and the creature goes, and its vines cease moving. The aura around it goes away, and the Grimstalker, clinging to the wall above, is like, "No, Peaches Vinington, no!"
Peaches.
Peaches Vinington.
That's all my turn.
Peaches Vinington. That's
Peaches
official.
Vinington. Okay, that is the end of Dry Colmay's turn. That would have been the Assassin Vine's turn. It is gone. That's going to take us to Ikun Deo.
All right, refresh me. This roasted nut dude is 20 feet in the air, like out of reach.
20 feet in the air. He's climbed up the wall. He's got a
right.
climb speed.
I'm going to hunt prey, first action. And I'm going to switch to swap. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to swap to a composite longbow. And I'm going to take a shot with clumsy.
Okay.
So it's a negative
And
2.
I will remind our listeners who played the computer game, this version of Ikun Deo is more the flurry melee ranger as opposed to the bowman ranger, but he can still do what Brad is doing. Sorry, go ahead.
It's only going to be a 13. It's going to be a miss.
13 total. Yeah, that will miss.
He will.
Right.
He's got one action left, right?
Well, if he swapped and hunted and shot.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
also-
Yeah.
Yep.
The Grimstalker is going to climb 40 feet up the interior of this tower and then out onto the top like this for his third action, and he's going to leave your field of view. He just climbs up and out, and he flips you guys off as he's doing.
So he's out of sight for all of us.
Well, yeah, because I
on top of the
reason
tower.
he's way up on the top. Maybe Dry. You know what? Actually,
I was going to say, can I see him? Can I see him climb out?
I mean, the tower is like 50 feet tall, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
It goes up
And
into the
you're-
branches of the trees.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
When you were
so
describing it before.
I think he's up and out. Yeah, I just don't think you can see him. Maybe you could roll a seek action to see if you can see him up there. But I interpret this, yeah, he's up into the branches, and then he's up like on top of the circular wall of the tower. Because, it's like technically open to the sky, although there's all this overgrowth all around it. But yeah, he's trying to leave. That's really what's going on here. Because you burned his testicles off with a fireball. He's out of here. Sirio, it is your turn.
Guys, do we want to pursue this thing or let it go?
Fine, let's kill it.
Okay. I will cast animal form. I will animal shapeshift into a gorilla and begin climbing the.
Oh my god!
Climbing
Just
the
like at
wall.
Pittsburgh State.
Yep. The gorillas.
Gorillas.
Pittsburgh State University.
I'd have to look up the gorilla, but I think it has a climb speed. If not, I'm a gorilla, but he's climbing.
I've never been more excited to look up anything in my life. Gorilla. Gorilla. It's a monster. It is, let's see here. Gorillas have a climb speed of 30 feet, sir.
Holy shit.
All right. I start going.
Two actions, you can get to the top of the tower.
Okay,
So-
I think the spell took 2 and...
Oh, okay. So you climb 30 feet up the tower as your third action. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dry, you're like looking up, trying to find the Grimstalker, and then you look over, and there's a gorilla wearing Sirius pants climbing up the tower.
Is he mad at me too?
I can picture he's got the dueling cape
My
on.
opinion of you is one step lower in animal form.
Yeah. So you watch as Gorilla Sirio flips you off as he's climbing the tower. He gives you the bird.
I used to like you.
I'm having too much fun. Where are we here? Ogjulinus and Tompton.
All right, so he's going to swap out the kukri. Can he do that with a potion out of its bag? Or
Yes.
Can he only do that with weapons? All right. So he does that with the potion. For a second action, he drinks the potion, and it is Spiderfoot Brew. And that gives him a climb speed of 15 feet.
Oh my goodness!
For 1 minute, and then he proceeds to climb up the tower wall.
Do you flip off Dry Colmay as well?
He's not an animal.
Well, I was just wondering. I just like I don't know. I just thought it'd be funny.
He does do that.
I'm gonna quit killing all the monsters.
Wow. Okay, so you're climbing up this surface here next to the door. Sirio's climbing up the exterior of the tower. Wow. Okay. Mitchell, what are you gonna do? Do you have a spider?
I don't. I don't have
jetpacks
rocket
or something?
boosters. No, I didn't plan on climbing, nor would I. But I will. So is the ground still difficult terrain with the?
It is not.
Plantington dead. Okay. I am going to move with one action out into the courtyard with Dry and swap out to my composite longbow.
Smart.
And then last action.
Fuck, go into overdrive, I guess, right?
Oh shit! Why do I keep forgetting about overdrive? Yeah, I'll go into overdrive.
All right.
Natural 20. There it is.
Whoa.
Wasted on that
Hey.
fucking. Just needed an 8.
Into overdrive. Critical success on the overdrive check. Round 3, Dry Colmay. Oh, did I forget about Ikendeo's poison? I did, didn't
Yes.
I? Let's resolve that real quick. We're going to backtrack to the Grimstalker's turn. Can I get a fortitude save from Ikendeo?
23.
Fail. A little high DC on this. He's going to go to round 3 of the poison. I'm sorry, stage 3 of the poison. He goes to clumsy 2, and he's going to take 2d6 of poison damage. That's only going to be 3 damage, though. And Ikendeos goes, fuck! I'm sick. Anyway, that's it. All right, I'm sorry. Back to Dry.
All right, Dry's going to step back to try and get a better field of view of the top of the tower.
Smart.
Can I see anything?
Let me look again at the description of this tower to see if the trees reach all the way up to the very top. No, there's no, and I don't see any depicted on the map either. There's like a kind of a canopy of foliage that he's constructed for himself with all these vines and stuff that he climbed up and through. But as he stands at the top of the tower, you can just see him. He's just up there right now, standing.
He's up there getting shot.
As you come into view, he flips you off again.
Motherfucker. Well, I've already moved once, so now I'm going to switch my hunt to prey target again. And I'm going to fire off another round.
Do it.
It's a 13 on the dice plus 13. That's a 26.
You have it.
That is 18.
He goes, ouch! That's what he does.
So all I get is an ouch.
Ow!
Ow. It's like, you guys ever play Earthworm Jim?
Yes.
Back in the day when he would get hurt, you go, ow.
Ow. That's what he does. He goes, ow. Okay.
It's all
Well,
my
he did
maneuvers.
seem to have a pretty reserved reaction to getting a fireball in the nuts. So
Yeah.
I mean, I
also
think it's
valid.
I mean, for what this was, I mean, it
Yeah.
felt equivalent, right?
Wow. It is Ikundeo's turn.
Ikendeo. I don't have a sight or a vision or visual of him from inside.
No, he'd have to move over by Dry to
okay.
shoot at him.
Well, he's got his bow out. Yeah, he's gonna run on over there, double move,
Yeah, he can do that
and he'll take a shot.
for sure. Okay, so Ikundeo
Oh
comes
wait, he's
running
clumsy.
out.
Does that affect his speed? I forget.
I don't think it affects speed, but it'll affect this attack.
His shot. Okay, so yeah, he'll take a shot with his composite short bow. Pew pew. Nope,
Yeah,
that's a
-2
miss.
penalty. Ooh, okay. He's shaky. He's shaky. Poor guy. Ooh, it is the Grimstalker's turn. You guys want to get mad? You guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah,
He
just run away
crawls
from the
down
fight.
the other side of the tower, out of view. He crawls down the other side, the northern side of the tower, down the exterior wall, and out. So he's like on the other side of the wall now.
What's with everybody running away from us?
They
Cowards.
keep getting away.
All right. I guess we search his hovel. See what's going on there.
Yeah. We end in this encounter. We doing that?
Oh, is that it?
Well,
yeah, I mean, we've got a gorilla
Og is-
climbing the wall. Maybe Chris
Og
can get
is
up there.
also
and-
15 up in the air.
yeah,
We could keep going. Let's
I guess-
keep going.
No, I'll crawl back down. I was thinking I'd fall, but I've got the potion, so I don't have to fall. I could just crawl back down. So
well, Chris can get up to the top of the wall in one more turn, one more move, action.
Oh, yeah.
and maybe take a
Oh my
shot
God,
at it
are
or
we going
something.
to do a
right?
mono-y-mono gorilla versus a Grimstalker? Oh, I would love that. Should we do that?
Oh, that's right. You got to
wanna do
swap
that?
out a gorilla to cast anything, don't you?
Let's stay in initiative. Let's let everybody figure out what's going on.
Okay.
So, Sirio, I'm sure Dry has told you at this point what he just saw. You are 30 feet up the tower with 30 feet more to go. In a single action, you can get to the top of the tower. What do you do?
Well, I'm not going to go up. I'm just going to move laterally across and see if I can get over the wall and climb down.
Yeah, that's very smart. Yeah, in a single action, for instance, you could go here and you could just stand on this palisade. It's narrow, but you can do it. It's not designed for people to stand on, but it's solid and you can do it.
Yep. Yeah, and I see if I can see the guy or...
Yes, you can. As you move to the palisade and you look down, the Grimstalker is. I've depicted him here on the map because I don't have any more map to display. But in truth, he's probably another 20 feet north. So like he's trying to leave, but you can totally see him. He's just down on the ground.
I'll advance, and I think I've got some reach with my fists. So I will try to punch this guy
Okay.
with the gorilla fist.
I'm going to say a second move action to climb down and run to sort of gallop toward this thing. And for your third action, the most exciting gorilla fist attack I've ever experienced in this game as you try to punch this Grimstalker.
All right, we're trying to punch him. Ooh, 17 plus 11, 28.
That's a hit.
This is blood.
Can you do this?
This is bludgeoning. This is 14 bludgeoning.
14 bludgeoning damage,
Right in his crispy
Gorilla.
nuts.
78 points down, 80 HP total on this guy.
Gorilla smash, and then Cyril beats his chest.
Which no one can see because we're all on the other side of the wall.
We're on the other side of the wall.
You know, let's let Og play his turn out. Og, I know you're 15 foot up the tower on the interior right now. What do you do?
I mean, he doesn't know this has happened, right? He thinks this is still.
Yeah, at this
so
point,
yeah,
it's kind of hard. I
You
guess
may hear like a
Sirio,
loud shuffle and then a
Yeah.
smash, but
I think
and
he
then you
would.
hear the Grimstalker go, "Ow!"
Right? Yeah, again. So that could be, yeah, I think he would honestly just keep going. He would climb
Yeah,
45
I mean,
feet more. So it would put him at 60 feet.
Yeah. So in 3 actions, you're kind of here now. You're
Yeah.
like standing on the top of the tower. Maybe you can at this point look down into the foliage to the north, down below, outside of the tower, and you can see that Sirio and the Grimstalker are engaged in
Yeah.
a bit of a brawl.
a scrum, as it were.
Yeah. Okay, Mitchell. Let's just give you a turn. I'm not quite sure. To orient our listeners, Mitchell, Ikun, and Dry are just down in the courtyard right now, way removed from this now. What do you do?
I think I will just prepare, like not knowing what's going on, prepare an attack, and then with a third action, which I know it doesn't cost an action point, just yell out, Sirio, give us an update. Did you get him?
Did you like my gorilla voice?
That was good. Yes, I did very much. Drycolme, anything you want to do? Same deal, ready in action.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like Ikendeo. Can I no.
Wait, does Ikendeo have to do his save again? Did he miss that? Did we miss the...
When the Grimstalker's turn comes around again, he'll have to, yeah.
Drycolme is going to start heading this way. Got triple move?
Yeah.
Watch out for that landmine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's still there.
Okay, so you're going. That's right. So you're going. So there's a second smaller hole in the wall to the west.
Yeah.
It looks like you're gonna triple move out that hole.
I just watched the king jump off the roof, and I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going.
Okay.
Did you
All
know
right,
he
so
could turn into a gorilla? Or are you like, holy shit, now he's a
I
rare
had
gorilla?
no idea. I had no idea, which is why another reason why I'm chasing him, because I don't know. I have no clue what's going on. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Okay. And actually, Brad, to correct myself, I think you're right. I
thought I missed one. Yeah.
Yeah, I did miss one. So yeah, let's get that.
That's a fail.
Save for Ikun. Okay, so he's going to take another 2d6. 4 poison damage more to Ikendeo. Okay. And it is Ikendeo's turn.
So he's going to see Dry kind of take off and kind of standing with the last, combat that they had. He's going to follow him and make sure he watches his back.
He's like, buddy system.
Yep. Everybody goes alone.
So he'll triple move in tandem with Drycolme. Okay. That's going to bring us to the Grimstalker. Now let's get Ikun's fortitude save at the correct time this time.
Sure. Here we go. Ooh, this might be good. That's in 28.
He'll go back to stage 2 of the poison, which means he'll just take a d6 of poison damage, and he'll drop to clumsy 1. Just 1 poison damage. Very good. Okay, the Grimstalker. This isn't going to be depicted on the map, but really he and Sirio are standing and facing each other. The Grimstalker, with 2 health points left, has no choice but to stand and fight. And so, Sirio, I'm sure you can survive 1 round of Grimstalker fuckery. Here we go.
We'll see.
He's going to...
Does he have reach? I'm 10 feet away.
Oh, you're 10 feet away?
Yep.
He's got long arms.
Because you've got reach.
Get gorilla arms.
No, he does not have reach, so he will burn 1 action to step in. If you have a reaction, he will not trigger it with just the step. Okay. The second thing he's going to do is he's going to claw at you. 31.
Oh yeah, 31 hits.
Okay. All right. 2d6 plus 9.
Ouch.
That beats me by exactly 10.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll have to give you the crit then. Not a natural 20 though. This guy is named, although you'll never know his name, I suspect. But without the natural 20, I'm not going to pull the card on you. So that's going to be 4d6 plus 18.
Ow!
Jesus.
I picked my dice back up. I didn't see what I'd rolled, so I'm going to just re-roll the whole thing.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
3,
I'm almost there.
3, 6. So 6 plus 18. Why am I 24? 24 damage. So
Ow! That's
big hit. Fortitude save.
Fort save. Here we go. Oh, pretty good. 19 plus 11, 30.
Hell yeah.
You're all right, man.
Hell yeah.
You are not
want
infected
that
with
poison.
Grimstalker sap. The final thing he's going to do, he just yells, "Who are you?" And he will resolve his second attack, his final action of this round.
Doesn't he want to do like a lore check? Like a seek action to find out who Sirio is?
No,
He just
does
asked.
not. 19.
19's a miss.
He misses you with that third. Yeah, that's a low roll on my part with the map. I miss you. Okay, boy, that got a little hairy. Sirio, your turn. 2 points of damage. Can
I
you
just
do it?
have one question.
Yeah.
Chris, do you have a bite attack? Like you can just bite his face off?
I do. Do have a bite attack. So can I intimidating glare in this form, or do I have to be in my Sirio form?
You're
Not
a
only
fucking
can you
gorilla.
intimidating glare as a gorilla, but I'm going to give you a +1 bonus.
Oh, natural 1 on that intimidation check.
Oh.
So I'm not a very scary gorilla.
Yeah, you just don't know how a gorilla's eyebrows work. That's just all there is to
I was
it.
trying to do like the rock eyebrow, didn't work.
People's eyebrow. Yeah.
Why is that gorilla so surprised?
All right, so you give him the gorilla's eyebrow.
So yeah, we'll just do a jaws attack. I'm gonna try to bite this thing.
Oh my god, I wish you luck.
I got a 24.
That is his armor class.
Yes.
Exactly. Oh
Nice.
my god. Roll the damage if you wish, but he's got 2 HP left, so just tell me what happens.
I kind of bite one of his arms, like right on the shoulder, and rip it off.
You take that arm off, and his hand will kind of writhe up like a spider leg when you do it. It's just very physiologically, he works so differently from you, right? It just curls up like a coiled hose in your mouth, and he just falls over, and this sap just leaks out of him, and his weird little slit of a mouth just opens and closes a couple of times before his beady little eyes close, and he moves no more.
All right, and then I guess with my final action, I'm going to dismiss gorilla form.
And you are left with a Grimstalker limb in your mouth, standing in human form. Wow. Hey, you know what? That was awesome.
That was
awesome.
really cool.
Following
It was-
him up and over.
It was a good combat.
Really good.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, this guy's name, not that you'll ever know it, but his name was Tiorlian. Tiorlian is his name, and he's got a little story too. Yeah, he had a little story. I mean, look, you get the feeling that he was living in the Northwest Tower. Rig Gargadilly was living in the Southeast Tower, where he had his little bedroom and his shit. Whereas Tiorlian was living in the Northwest Tower, and he had his pet vine creature, Peaches Vinington, I think was his name, and he adorns his walls with all these skulls. And you're kind of putting it together. All the body parts are in the rat den of all of these victims, but you didn't find any skulls in the rat den. They're all over here, right? Whereas Rig Gargadilly was keeping the loot from the victims. So, little team here, little team. But why didn't Tiorlian help Rig? Surely he was aware of you. He was ready for you when you breached. So maybe there's some static between these two guys. You don't know. What do you do?
I think we should all get back in the keep because that little shit Quickling is still out there.
Oh,
I was
imagine if I
expecting that to, yeah.
hit Syria with Rig Gargadilly right now. No, that doesn't happen, though. Yeah, Rig, he's not around. At least you assume he's not.
Yeah. So
that
once
holy
once
chest.
I come back in the keep, I ask, does anyone have a spare Cortella Mania shirt? I busted out this other one.
Your clothes are all fucked up. Oh, man. Good job, guys.
So
That was good calling the gorilla. That was so
with
good.
Ekin
That was
Days
awesome.
poison, does that play out, or I guess what do we want
You
to
got
do?
2 more rounds?
2 more rounds?
Yeah, he had 2 more rounds. Yeah. Why don't we just break it? I'll just roll another d6 of poison. We just resolve it that way. He'll take 3 more damage. And
So
eventually
he is 28 hit points down from.
Wow.
Perception check. Anything in here of note? 25.
Yeah, you find a couple things too. Maybe Tiorlian and Rig were maybe splitting the spoils of their plunders. You find a fine velvet cloak worth 10 silver pieces, a golden necklace worth 6 gold pieces, a silver ring set with an emerald worth 20 gold pieces, a silver short sword that is bejeweled worth 55 gold pieces. You find a moonstone worth 3 gold pieces. You find 23 silver pieces in loose change. and 211 copper pieces.
You are doing that just to fuck with me.
211.
211 copper pieces, all in loose coinage.
This place has a bit of treasure, so I'm glad.
I know
stopped.
we're making some serious bank on
Some
this.
money.
So Ikendeo took some hits, and I'm down a bit. So if someone can medicine check and
I'll
get
medicine
me,
you.
Oh, you can
but
do.
don't hit an artery or I'm very. I'm still tender.
I'm gonna nature check you again. I'm gonna go walk around and scrape up some dirt and break off some leaves.
None of that rat poo, though. None of that.
No. That is a 16 on the die. Well, 16 altogether.
Yeah,
That'll work.
2d8.
Nice.
That's
Do you have-
7.
Cool. Do you have something you can throw at Ikendeo? Or should he
I have
battle
health
medicine
potions you
himself?
can drink.
Well, no, it's not use
I
those.
mean,
if
I'll
we've got
do
spells.
a level 1 burst.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll heal 6.
6.
You think that's enough, or do we need more?
He's still down 22 of 60.
Oof.
So he's got like 38.
Yeah,
hit points.
someone medicine him.
He could receive a tree wounds, yeah. Or he could do it himself.
I'll do it himself. Yeah, he's going to do it himself. Here we go.
I'll be stabbed.
He
Same
pulls out the
scalpel
scalpel.
Oh, that's a... It's going to be close. It's a 16, so 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
He gets 6 hit points back. Wow.
Exact
He'll be
same
fine.
roll.
He'll
A
be
little
fine.
more careful when he was the patient.
Oh, my.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we've got one tower
guys
left
feeling
in here
good?
to... We still have to check the center tower out, so I think we're for...
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't been in there yet?
Yeah, the very center of the center tower. So for our listeners, the center tower here is much larger and taller. It's like a 2-story structure, and it is it's got a door to the north and a door to the south. And as I've indicated on the map, you can see through. Like you can see through these 2 doors. You can see into the northern entrance, out the southern exit, and the floor of the tower just looks to be kind of rough and shitty like the rest of this place. Some debris and materials have fallen down from the ceiling above, some chunks of rocks. Not the same type of plant foliage on the ground in this tower that you're seeing in the others. Might be a little bit more well-maintained, perhaps. This wide chamber has an impressive vaulted ceiling. Though obscured in places by earth and undergrowth, the hall's floor is crafted of smooth stone tiles in multicolored pastel hues. Oh, very Easter-like. The walls of the chamber are decorated with faded frescoes of sylvan life, showing scenes of beautiful elves engaged in hunting, feasting, dancing, singing, and a bewildering variety of other idyllic pursuits. To the west, a graceful, filigreed stone staircase, garlanded with flowering vines, climbs to the level above. Whatever Paizo employee or independent contractor wrote that sentence was really feeling it that day. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Here you go.
Oh, no.
And as you look inside, that is what you see. No creatures. What do you do?
Before I go traipsing in there, we're just going to understand that I am checking for traps
Sure.
as much as I possibly can.
Roll a stealth. Roll a perception check.
25.
And we're detecting magic, but that never works.
Yeah, hypothetically, if there were a magical trap for some reason, detect magic just can't detect them because it would invalidate the entire game structure. I will tell you that my assumption is that you guys are seeking, and I did roll just then some passive perception checks, both for Mitch and Dry. Dry, you didn't see anything, but then you stopped and specifically checked, and you saw it. Mitch, you passively saw it, so you guys have moved your tokens into the room, but I'm going to rewind you guys. You do think that there's some kind of magical trap situation happening in this room. You see some like runes on the walls, some magical indications coming from these paintings, these frescoes. And you think, boy, if I step in here, something bad's gonna happen. I don't know what.
Can I do a Arcana check?
Yes.
Yeah, Mitch will take a look as well.
Hold fast, guys. I got this. 5. What's that tell me?
No.
What do I get? What do I win?
Mitch
You think the
has
paintings will come to life?
rolled a 27 Arcana.
Yeah, you think that you've seen something like this before. You've read about something like this. You think that mist is going to bellow out and enter your lungs and hurt you, and you get the feeling that let's see. I think that the description of this hazard isn't quite copacetic with the description of the room. I guess there must be some foliage on the ground. It looks like if you can carefully step through this foliage with a survival check, you can chart a safe path through this room. But it would take an expert in survival to do it.
Do we have one of those?
Do we see any way to disable it, or did that check not?
That is how you do it.
You by going to okay.
It is a survival. It is an expert level survival check to disable the hazard by charting a path through.
Gotcha.
There's no other way.
None of us are getting through.
I hate to rely on Ikendeo, but I have a feeling he may be good at this.
He is not an expert in
Terrible
survival.
tracker.
Yep.
I'm not an expert in any. Oh yeah, I am. Acrobatics and athletics.
Send the dog.
Yeah, you get the feeling that without a way to disable this, you may just have to endure it as you walk through the room.
Do I know what kind of damage that would be going through there?
It would be. I don't think you've got the details, but you know that you're not surprised to assume to yourself that this would be some kind of inhaled poison.
Okay, everybody hold their breath.
Hold your breath.
Is this one other? So is this middle tower taller than those towers that were on the outside that we were on?
Yes.
Okay, so we wouldn't have seen the top. We don't know if it's open up there or anything.
Well, you can see the top of the tower, and at the top of the tower, it looks like there are arrow slits up there. Mm-hmm. So, but no windows to climb through, for instance, if that's what you're thinking.
Or the top of the tower, because like in the other towers we've been in, right? They've been open basically.
Yeah, but the ceiling of this center tower is closed off.
Okay.
With a wooden floor.
Gotcha.
So like, there's a second story here that you can't access without going up that stairway.
Okay.
All right, so I have a question. Now, if we get to the bottom of these stairs, we're okay, right?
Some of the foliage and stuff, it's going up the stairs too. I interpret this part of the dungeon to mean that, like, look, it's going to be fort saves or some kind of save anyway to get through this room.
How high is that stairwell from the ground?
It's like a 15-foot
15?
climb. Yeah, it's like 15-foot stairway going up to the second floor.
Yeah.
'Cause
But if
I'm
we come in
wondering-
from the south, at least we'll be closer.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering if I could just get a running jump and grab that and pull myself up to the top of it.
Well, this is all kind of solid. Like, this is a wall here. I guess it's like a
okay.
banister. But so maybe you could climb the banister up. But yeah, I mean, Sirio has the right idea. I mean, if you just simply enter from the southern entrance, you'd only have to really traverse 15, 20 feet of this room.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, without the ability to disable this, I see no other way but to roll your
YOLO it.
saves and just go through. Yeah, I mean,
Fort saves? Fucking shit.
Mitch will go first.
maybe. Mitch, you walk into the room. As you predicted, mists begin to bellow forth from like the foliage as you inevitably begin disturbing it as you walk through. You'll take a -2 circumstance penalty to perception checks as long as you're in this room, and I'm going to need a will save from you. Oh, that's
We get it,
right.
bro.
I
You
voiced
vape.
this as a typo. This is a poison with a will save.
Were you holding your breath, or?
Yeah, I was going to hold my breath. Does that...
Can you just hold your breath? I guess
Yeah,
that
why
would
can't-
make
why can't
sense.
you?
Why can't you just hold your breath?
Yeah.
I mean, right, because you've detected the hazard.
You
You knew
what
it
it
was
does.
coming.
Yep.
You knew what it was going to be. Yeah, I think that's really the solution here. You passed the perception checks to see this. Fuck it.
We positioned ourselves so we'd only have to make like one, maybe two moves to get through.
You hold. Yeah, this is an inhaled poison. You knew that was going to happen. Well, maybe you didn't, but you decided to hold your breath. This is an inhaled poison. You hold your breath. You do not breathe in the fog, and you ascend up the stairs. Is everyone else following you, or are you going alone?
I hope people are following
we're
me.
going to use Mitch as our canary.
Yeah.
No.
I'll get up there and take a look at the top of the stairs and yell for help if I need it.
Yeah, so Mitch, you ascend the stairs, Dry behind you. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and just stay with him.
Okay.
It's the buddy system. Battle buddies.
Yeah, the buddy system, of course. There is a room.
Mitch says, "Hey, how you doing?" Forgets to hold his breath and takes a big.
Yeah, if you talk, it
Hey, how you doing? Oh shit. So I've transplanted your tokens into the same positions that they were on the lower level as you ascend up these steps. Okay. Assuming, your pig is right behind you. I see the other guys maybe coming up in tow as well. The stairs that you are ascending end in a circular room featuring wide windows draped with hanging vines that offer panoramic views of the keep's overgrown courtyard and forest beyond. Well, fuck me. It looked like arrow slits to me on the map, but I guess these are windows. Whoops-a-daisy. Let's see here. An open circular skylight in the ceiling provides glimpses of the sky overhead. The walls between the windows are carved with exquisite nature motifs highlighted in gold and silver leaf. A riot of flowers, plants, and bushes sprout from the thick loam that carpets the hall, as if one were walking in a fantastic glade elevated high above the forest floor. Mitch, as this room comes into your field of view, you take all of this in pretty quickly. There's a 4-post bed in the southeastern corner of this room. It's well maintained. It's made. There's like these glossy, velvety blue sheets with like gold tassels on them. There's like ribbons of sheer, silky cloth hanging off the 4 posts. It's just very beautiful. And sitting on the bed very simply is a woman. And she's got this like blonde hair, and she's got ribbons sort of tied up and down her arms. She's in what I think probably looks to me to be a pretty dress. And she kind of crosses her legs and sits very simply on the bed and raises her hand to wave to you, Mitchell. And she says, "Hello. I've been watching you. What brings you to my home?"
We were just exploring and came to take a look, and were attacked. So we're just making sure the area is safe. This is your home.
Oh, yes, you have run off my friends, I see. Very nice of you.
Your friends.
Very, very interesting, yes.
Your friends
Of
are
course, we all live
dicks.
here together, don't we? Allow me to introduce myself. I am, well, you can just call me the lady of the house. And what's your name?
My name's not important yet.
And your name will never be important, I don't think, will it?
You're not very nice.
And as she says that, she rises from the bed, understanding now that you really don't wish to engage her in any sort of meaningful discussion. Her lips peel back from her face, revealing these like bloody gums and these long, horrible, vampiric-like teeth. Got a little bit of art for you. You want to see it?
Dude, if I could get bitten and become a vampire and Siri will be a werewolf, this would be the best podcast ever.
Hey, here's the dancing lady for you.
She's a lady.
Oh my.
Ma'am, you should try brushing your teeth.
Oh yes, her clothes before your eyes sort of begin to fray and come apart a little bit, and just the ends of it, I'm trying to say, and blood appears on her hands, her wrists, her fingers, her elbows, her knees. She is awful looking, very, very gross and dangerous. And she simply begins advancing in some kind of attacking manner. You can't tell, is she giving flight? Is she climbing around? What is she doing? Is she casting? We're going to resolve this combat next time. But shit's going down. Boy, most of the party's holding their breath down in the bottom right now. But
We're not even in the tower
Save the
yet.
princess. No, don't save the princess.
Yeah.
It's the Dry and Mitchell show up there.
Oh yeah, and then Pig, who I don't think has held his breath. Maybe I'm gonna make him roll the rolls. I can't decide. I've got too much going on.